You're slow! That's no good.
Take that!
That's no good.
How about that?
You're slow!
Gotcha!
That's no good.
How about that?
That's no good. That's no good. That's no good. You're slow! That's no good. That's no good.
Take that!
You're slow! You're slow! You're slow! You're slow! That's no good. You shall pay. That's no good. You're slow. That's no good. You're slow. You shall pay. You shall pay. You're slow. You're slow. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. You can't escape. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. That's no good. You shall perish. You can't escape. You can't escape.
How about this?
That's no good. You're slow. You can't escape. You're slow. You're slow. You can't escape. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. You can't escape. You can't escape. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. You're slow. You're slow. You can't. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You can't escape.
How about this?
You can't escape. You shall perish. You can't escape. That's no good. You shall perish. That's no good. Slow. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You can't escape! Gotcha! That's no good. You're slow! That's no good. You're slow! You're slow! You can't escape. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. That's no good. You're slow! You can't escape! You're slow! You can't escape! You're slow! You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. You shall perish! That's no good. That's no good. You can't escape! That's no good. You can't escape! You're slow! You can't escape! You're slow! You can't escape! You're slow! That's no good. That's no good. You can't escape! That's no good. That's no good. You can't escape! That's no good. You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. You can't escape! You shall perish! That's no good. You can't escape! That's no good. That's no good. You're slow! You can't escape! You're slow! That's no good. You can't escape! That's no good. You can't escape! That's no good. You can't escape! That's no good. That's no good. You're slow! You can't escape! You're slow! You can't escape! You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. You can't escape! You can't escape! That's no good. You're slow! You're slow! You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. You're slow! That's no good. You can't escape! That's no good. Slow! You can't escape! You can't escape! That's no good. That's no good. You're slow! You're slow! You can't escape! You can't escape! You're slow! You're slow! You can't escape! You're slow! You can't escape! You can't escape! That's no good. You're slow! You can't escape! You're slow! That's no good. That's no good. That's no good. That's no good. You're slow! You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. You can't escape! That's no good. You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. That's no good. You can't escape! You're slow! You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. Slow! You're slow! You can't escape! That's no good. That's no good. You can't escape! You can't escape! That's no good. You can't escape! You can't escape! You're slow! That's no good. You can't escape! That's no good. You're slow! You're slow! That's no good. You're slow! You can't escape! You're slow. You're slow. You can't escape. You can't escape. That's no good. That's no good. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. You're slow. You can't escape. You're slow. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. You can't escape. You can't escape. That's no good. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. That's no good. You're slow. You can't escape. You're slow. You can't escape. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. You can't escape. You're slow. You can't escape. You're slow. You're slow. You're slow. You can't escape. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You can't escape. You're slow. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. You're slow. That's no good. You're slow. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. That's no good. You're slow. You're slow. You're slow. You're slow. You can't escape. That's no good. That's no good. You're slow. That's no good. You can't escape. You're slow. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. That's no good. That's no good. Slow. You can't escape. That's no good. You're slow. That's no good. That's no good. You can't escape. That's no good. That's no good. You shall pay. 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 That's no good. You shall perish. That's no good. That's no good.
How about this? Think fast! Take that!
That's no good. You shall fall. That's no. You shall fall.
How about this? Take that!
That's no good.
How about this? How about this? How about this? How about How about this? How about this?